the good times of tonight's Young Talent Time is proudly presented by McDonald's Family Restaurants.
Step aside all spooks, ghosts and ghouls, and let's get on with the show with Young Talent Time!
Mama told me when I was quite young, don't be a bad girl and try to run. He's gonna get you. He's gonna get you. So little boy, that's what I'm telling you. Don't you dare break my heart in two. He's gonna get you. He's gonna get you. Say the boogeyman's gonna get you. You're messing around in the dark, playing with my love and affection. That ain't smart, no, that ain't smart. So little boy, that's what I'm telling you. Take my love, take my money, don't break my heart in two. And he's gonna get you. Ooh, he's gonna get you. Say the boogeyman's gonna get you. If you're messing around in the dark, playing with my love and affection. That ain't smart, no, that ain't smart. Hey, look out! Here he comes! Don't make me sad, boy. Don't be bad, boy. Here he comes, here he comes, here he comes, here he comes. Say the boogeyman's gonna get you. If you're messing around in the dark, playing with my love and affection. That ain't smart, no, that ain't smart. Ooh, he's gonna get you. And now here's Craig McLaughlin.
That's what I call boogie. Yeah, you know what I mean? Getting down and boogieing. Hi, welcome to the show. What did you think of the opening number? Fantastic stuff. Absolutely. I've got some good news and some bad news, folk. You want to hear the bad news first?
Yeah.
You ready for this, guys? You guys are already aware of this. Johnny pinched a nerve in his back today.
Yeah.
And he can't be here, so you've got to put up with me again. I know. So bear with me. But the good news is there are 2 Talent Time birthdays happening today. Yes, indeed. You want to know who the birthday people are? I know you do. It's young Greg here, who is sweet 16.
Greg.
May the force be with you. And Clancy's birthday. You ready for this? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Clancy. Happy birthday to you. Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Just out of curiosity, Clancy, I was just wondering, your age, mate. Exactly how old are you?
Oh, I wouldn't have a clue.
Oh, that's always good when you're getting older in birthdays if you don't know your age.
I don't know their birthdays. I just know when it is. I don't know how old I am.
Well, that's good because the presents happen on the birthday, so who cares about the age as long as the presents come on it.
What are you wearing, Clancy?
Oh, don't you like it? It's
Very trendy.
I just thought I'd
Very trendy.
dress up because it's my
A
birthday and
true
everything.
fashion plate. Yeah, fashion plate.
I like it.
Okay, enough of the festivities, guys. We've got a job to do here. Now, we've got a great show for you tonight. We have an illusionist with us, Mr. Ian Buckland, as a special guest. Great stuff. And also our talent discovery from Perth, Dr. Ian Dixon. And he's got some really weird, wacky chemistry happening. So, let me just say that tonight is going to be a thriller. A real thriller. Enjoy it.
Something evil's lurking in the dark. Under the moonlight, see a sight that almost stops your heart. You try to scream, the terror takes the sound before you make it. You start to freeze as horror looks you right between the eyes. You're paralyzed, 'cause this is thriller, thriller night. No one's gonna save you from the beast. It's about to strike. You know it's thriller, thriller night. You're fighting for your life inside a killer, 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 killer. It's tonight.
Scary, huh? It's amazing the things you find in a haunted house, isn't it?
Yep.
Now, did anyone see a bat flying around here a moment ago? There it is! That was my pet bat. Do you like it?
He's really cute.
He's just one of the many things that you find in a haunted house. Look over here, guys. We've got the Frankenstein bolts that fit nicely in the neck here. What was that, Joey? I just look like Frankenstein? What a rude thing to say. No, he didn't really say that. We've got lots of... Look, see that? Imagine plonking that in your drink. Can you see that that's an ice cube? But have a look what's in there. It's a fly. I don't believe... It's still alive. Who wants to hold the fly in the ice cube? No one? All right, what about some sludge? Who wants to look at the sludge? Sludge is a very common thing in haunted houses. You just hang on to that. Yeah, that's nice. I'll just put that on there for a second. And we also have, in any haunted house, in a good haunted house, you always find slime. Green slime. This is directly from Amityville, this slime. This is, look at that, eh? Isn't that something? You just don't get quality slime like that every day. And this has come, as I say, direct from a haunted house in Amityville. Now, just play with that. And we have just one more thing I'd like to grab here. Have a look at this. This, believe it or not, is a hand. A typical haunted house hand. And you can mold the fingers around like this. And it can grab you in the neck like this. What do you think? Wild, isn't it? All these fantastic haunted house things. And of course, I'm not scared by any of these things, except of course for the rat. I can't believe the rat. Okay, now guys, I've found a selection of things. How about you guys wander off into the house and see what you can discover?
Oh, you have your slime bag.
Oh.
Slime.
Oh.
And your hand.
Oh, thanks.
Okay.
Okay.
Shadows tapping at your window closely. Voices whisper, will you come and play? Not for all the tea and
believe. Wow. Can you see all the mist and the smoke? Unreal. Guys, now it's time for our talent discovery. And it's not Ian Dixon, by the way. I made a little blue earlier. It is, in fact, a 12-year-old boy from Perth. He's been singing and dancing since he was 5 years old. He's appeared on television and in a talent quest in Perth. And he's here with us tonight to show us some good old rock and roll. Here he is, Johnny Newich.
Walks around the store. She's the one that gets my rent, my heart. Be-bop-a-lula, she's my baby. Be-bop-a-lula, don't need a maybe. Be-bop-a-lula, she is my baby, love, baby, love.
Do you think I could be a rock and roller if I tried really hard? Do you think I could? Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe if I
Maybe.
tried. Maybe.
Maybe.
I'll just take that bolt off there. Guess what? This. Oh no! I've made it go off. This is your keyboard. Thanks for being with us tonight. That's the Yamaha PSS270, a brilliant little thing. That's yours. Now you'll also have the chance to win a fantastic piano, grand piano. There it is. There. That's our big major prize. And you've also, of course, from McDonald's won your cheque. So with a bit of luck, we might see you back, hey, at the end of the series. Sound good? What about a big round of applause, guys, for Johnny? Fantastic stuff. Okay, guess what, everybody? It's telephone time. I'm going to give someone a call right now, and I'm going to call them on my special little piano phone here. Can you see that? That is outrageous. We are renowned for our fabulous and wacky phones here at Talent Time. Now, I'll just dial the number, and you might be able to hear this. You want to break into song, it's so good, don't you? Okay, I'm actually dialing Paula. Oh, it's ringing. Oh,
Hello?
hello, Paula?
Yes, it's Paula speaking.
Do you know who this is?
Yes, I'm familiar with the voice. It sounds like Craig off Neighbours.
You've hit the nail right on the
You're
head
joking.
there, Paula.
You're joking.
No, it
Oh, my God.
Lovely to speak with you.
Hi, Craig.
I don't usually get greeted that way on the telephone. It's, that's delightful. Paula, you'd like to hear a song, I believe.
Yes, I would. I'd really love it if Vince and Mark could sing Stutter Rap for my two friends,
Vince and Mark to sing Stutter Rap for your two friends. Who are your two friends, Paula?
Kylie and Libby.
Kylie and Libby.
Yes.
Alrighty. Well, I think we can organise that. We have the power to do that sort of thing here at Talent Time.
Oh, thanks, Craig.
So for Libby and Kylie, here's Mark and Vince with...
Stutter Rap.
Thank you. Stutter Rap. Take it away, guys.
Now, hey there, people, won't you lend an ear?
'Cause I have a story to tell.
And I'm telling it
Here, I was born in a town in the great UK.
from a baby
To a boy to a man today.
and I'm a musical man,
And I'm a man of love.
but I've got a little problem.
And it's getting worse.
My life went so well planned.
Surviving and driving in the rural rock.
Now, rapping is my bread and butter.
It is hard to rap when you're born with a stir man. Stutter!
Yeah.
Well, no one's ever seen what I mean. From the age of 13, we've all been taught in another mouth. Come with us if you stir rap.
Well, it was 82 when I joined the boys.
When I was hip and I was cool.
But now I've lost my poise.
The kids out fans are starting to doubt.
When you open your mouth and nothing comes out.
I was rapping in my club the other night.
And nothing I said was going out right.
The crowd got angry, and this one man,
Who's gonna throw a button?
he was gonna chuck a can, chuck a can, chuck a. Well, no one's ever seen what I need. From the age of 13, we've all been caught in another lifetime. Join with us if you stir rap.
What? Wasn't that something? Before we go any further, guys, just zip on in here for a moment, if you would. That was brilliant. Tell me something. How long did it take you to actually get in the groove of stutter rapping?
Oh, it took us about a whole week.
A whole week of
just-
solid stutter training.
Just to learn the words.
It's a great song, isn't it? Did you enjoy the song? Wasn't it something? Yeah. It's a fun song. And I also forgot to mention, I'll just lean past here. We're actually sending this out to you too, Paula. Okay? That's a little something that you can practice stutter rap on. Okay. Now, we quite often, and I'm sure the boys will agree, we quite often get letters here at Talent Time, and I actually have one with me right here from Sarah Poulton. I hope I've got your surname right, sweetheart. She's written and she said that she really enjoys the show, and she went to our Christmas concert that we did in Adelaide. Do you remember that? I was at that one. Wasn't that fun? It was good stuff.
Johnny Be Good and...
Yeah, eh? What a groover. Craig McLaughlin, the Phantom Groover. Yeah, good stuff. And she would actually like to hear a song, and she would like Courtney, Ricky and Juanita to sing it. She also mentions that she'd like to come to Melbourne and watch the show being done one day. Wouldn't that be great, eh? To bring her along and see us wacky, crazy, stuttering guys in action. Okay. Well, Sarah, here's Courtney, Ricky and Juanita to sing a song just for you, and I believe it's for your dog, Zach. Yep. So,
Waterloo.
This song's for you, Zach. Waterloo.
Yeah, Zach.
Waterloo.
everybody. I would like you to meet with me Mrs. Flora Peters. Now, Flora has been married for 61 years to her hubby, Eric, who unfortunately couldn't be with us tonight. He's got a bit of a crook leg, so I hope it gets better real soon, Eric. 61 years, Flora. First of all, I'll give these to you. They're for you, those flowers.
Thank you.
And for you and Eric, some chockies. Maybe you could invite me over later and I'll help you with those.
Thank you.
Now, I believe that your birthdays are on the same day, but 5 years apart. Is that right?
No, not actually. 5 years apart, but mine's in June and his is in September.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mine's
And,
the end of June.
Is there any secret to a successful 61-year marriage? Young
Let
weds
him
like
have his
myself.
own way.
Oh, could you say that again?
Let him have his own way.
Did you hear that, hubbies? Hubbies of Australia unite. Let them have their own way. That sounds like pretty good advice. Flora, I believe you received a letter from the Queen and
Yes.
telegram from Bob Hawke as well.
Yes, and Mr. McCackey and all those. It's all
Really?
up there.
Oh, it's all in the album.
Yes.
Oh, look, I can grab that and probably swing that open and have a look. When did you get those?
Last year, for our 60th
The
anniversary.
60th anniversary. That's wonderful. We actually have a beautiful little song for you both. Greg's going to sing it. Greg, our birthday boy today. It's a lovely song. The song's called Nothing's Gonna Change My Love for You. I hope you like it. Eric, I hope you're watching and you like it too.
Yes,
Lovely to
he'll be
meet you.
watching.
Another kiss.
If I had to live my life without you near me, the days would all be empty, and the nights would seem so long. With you I see forever, oh so clearly. I might have been in love before, but it never felt this strong. Our dreams are young and we both know they'll take us where we want to go. Hold me now, touch me now. I don't want to leave without you. Nothing's gonna change my love for you. You ought to know by now how much I love you. One thing you can be sure of, I'll never ask for more than your love. Nothing's gonna change my love for you. You ought to know by now how much I love you. Want me change my whole life through, but nothing's gonna change my love for you.
It's a very well-trained rat, that. You notice how it just sits there and behaves itself? What an amazing rat. Look who I've got sitting with me. Courtney's here with me. Say hello to everybody, Courtney.
Hi.
Now, Courtney. Hello, Courtney.
Hi.
I've got a couple of questions for you, young lady. Courtney, are you good at science?
Oh, well, I'm not too bad.
Not too bad, you reckon, eh? Well, do you know what, I'm going to be technical here. Do you know what H2O is?
H2O. No, no, I don't.
Well, that's water. And do you want to know a bit about water, Courtney?
Yeah?
You would? Well, why don't you go across and see Dr. Ian Dixon and see if he can tell you some more about H2O.
My favourite chemist, Courtney. Beauty. Now, remember last time we were looking at atoms and how we could rub electrons off and on atoms?
Yeah.
Well, if you put atoms together, you make molecules. Have you heard of a molecule before?
No, not really.
You just heard one over there. H2O is the molecule of water.
Is it?
Yes, and water's made... Do you know what water's made out of?
Nitrogen,
Nitrogen.
isn't it?
No. Oxygen.
And I'm not too good at this.
No,
Oxygen.
no, you're doing very well. Oxygen and hydrogen.
Hydrogen, that's
Right.
it.
This has got oxygen in it.
Yeah.
This one up here has hydrogen in it. And this one up here has got a mixture of hydrogen and oxygen. And what we're going to do is we're going to pop these balloons and see if we can see any difference between the sounds.
Okay.
You can do the oxygen one.
Is it a loud
Now,
band?
no, it's not a loud band. Now, don't be nervous at all, Courtney. Don't be nervous or anything like that. You're right.
Okay.
And this one is hot. You frightened that poor person over there. Look. And this is hydrogen. Now, listen to hydrogen. Whoa. Yes. Now, we're going to mix these two together. Now, remember, put your hands over your ears because this one is a mixture of hydrogen and oxygen. And see, come over here, Courtney.
I'm scared. I'm not going
It's not that bad. But we're going to make now some molecules of water. Just listen to see if you can see if there's any... Where are you going, Courtney? See if you can hear if there's any difference in the sound. People at home must put their hands over the ears of the indoor aerial. Ready? Oh! So there's a little bit of, and all that big loud sound was the sound of making water molecules. Now, if you can put water molecules, make atoms to put water molecules together, we can take those water molecules and we can pull them apart. But it takes lots and lots, it's much more difficult. So what I'm doing here is what's the matter? That was loud, wasn't it? What I'm doing is using electricity here, what we were talking about last time, electrons, and I'm forcing those atoms apart. And I'm making oxygen here, which is a gas, and I'm making hydrogen here as a gas. And what chemists do is that they make molecules and they pull molecules apart. So you can make molecules by putting atoms together and you can pull them apart, same sort of thing. And if anybody wants to write into me, just write to the channel that you're watching at the moment. Just send it to Dr. Ian and I'll send you out some experiments, especially the experiments where you can rub electrons on and off atoms. Very easy. And I'm going down to Tasmania in July. Coming with me?
Oh, yeah.
Good, thank you.
Thank you, Doc. Did you thank the good doctor for showing us? Do you know a little bit more about H2O now, do you think?
What did you say?
Do you know a little bit more? Thank you, Doctor. Everybody, a big hand for the good doctor. Fantastic stuff. And Courtney, of course. Wasn't that a big bang? Okay. Here's a beautiful song sung by my favourite two people, Mark and Natalie. Here they are.
Some people they tease one another, take pride in themselves, keeping the other one down. Well, I'm not like that at all. Some people are born for each other, they love to walk, holding the other one's hand. They always understand. Some people cry, some people know why. Some people they use one another so endlessly, not like lovers do. Well, I'm not like that at all. Some people they long for each other, they love to talk, holding the other one's hand. They always understand. Some people cry,
Hi, Courtney.
Clancy, what's happened to your voice?
But don't worry about my voice. Look what's happened to my head. Anyway, hey, Courtney. What's 5 feet tall, hairy, and has fangs?
I don't know, Clancy. What is 5 feet tall, hairy, and has fangs?
A 10-foot tall werewolf bending over to tie his shoelaces.
Hi, Juanita.
Hi, Joe.
Hi, Juanita.
What do little ghosts wear on their feet, Joe?
I don't know, Juanita. What do little ghosts wear on their feet?
Booties.
Okay, it's time for Craig's Crazy Comic Corner, and I have a few budding comedians here with me. Sweetheart, have you got a gag for me?
Yes.
What's the Cannibals' favourite game?
Oh, I don't know.
Swallow the leader.
Swallow the leader. Okay, that's very funny. I'm going to use that, I think. Have you got a joke for me, sweetheart?
Yes.
What is it?
Why is the chicken in the middle of the road with a gun in one hand and scissors in the other?
Now, let me get this straight. A gun in one hand and scissors in the... I've got no idea.
'Cause he wanted to shoot up the road and cut the corners.
Natalie, did you know that my dog does maths?
Really? How?
Well, when you ask him what 2 minus 2 is, he says nothing.
Obviously.
Oh, what a gag. We've got a couple more crazy gagsters here. Have you got a joke for me, sweetie?
What's yellow, grey, hot and dangerous?
Oh, I don't know.
Shark-infested custard.
I invested. I like it. Have you got a joke for me, mate?
What's a lady before it has a baby?
I just don't know.
Pregnant.
You'd think I'd know that, being my age. Okay. Now, tonight, especially for our Spooks and Ghosts show, our special guest will make something disappear. What or who it will be? Here he is, the amazing, the magical, the mystical, Ian Buckland.
What a welcome! Thank you, Craig. What is this man doing with this tasteful thing in his hand? Is he going to produce a dove? No, I'll tell you what he's going to do. He's going to absolutely strangle himself by putting it round his neck and tying a bow. Isn't that smart? Well, isn't it? Watch me carefully. At no time does the piano leave this room. Watch me carefully. Here I go, like a hot knife going through butter. Ah! But there's more. There's much more. Would you please welcome to our stage the daredevil, Natalie. Come out here, Natalie. Very nice to see you.
Thank you.
Do you mind? Oh no. Do you mind if I remove your cranium from your anatomy? You're very friendly,
I
Natalie.
don't know.
You don't know what that is?
No.
That means you mind if I chop your head off?
Oh,
Don't
no,
have to-
that's
no.
fine.
I tell you, we'll just do the
Can do
second
without
bit.
that.
Put your arm out like this, nice and straight. Watch this very brave person, Natalie. I'll just put this scarf tightly round your arm, because what we're doing is we're creating a soft spot. You ready? 1, 2, good grief. But there's more. Natalie, that was the easy bit. Come round here. Look at this contraption. This is a surgical device, you see. I'd like you to put your arm into the surgical device.
Okay.
You put the other one in, I think, because it's nicer, yes. Now, she's putting... Can you all see it? Yes? It's very important, because now, Natalie, I'm going to absolutely cut your arm into 2 bits.
Oh, you're not.
Yes, I am. You watch. Would you like to go in there first? Right, here we go. Oh! My heart stopped. And another one. Did that hurt?
No.
Good. And another one. Yes, it's a bit bloodthirsty, isn't it? Okay, now we take the middle of Natalie's arm, float it into midair. It's gone over and it's landed on that lady's head. Madam, don't move. Okay, the middle of your arm has disappeared. Ooh. But, oh yes, half a clap. What they think is maybe there's something black covering your arm, but there's not. I can put my arm right, they're stunned, right through the middle. Yeah. And there's more. Zorro, come on. Here's Adam. Welcome, Adam. Adam. The Adam, but he lost him. Adam, there he is. Give him a clap. Adam, can you pull a lovely face? Pull a face into that camera. Terrific. Oh, that's great. Now I'd like you to pull a face through Natalie's arm. Go, can he get up? Yes, look, there it is. He's up. Good on you, Adam. Give him a clap as he goes. His starring role. Now we better bring that back on that lady's head. The middle of your arm is coming over, it's zooming down. Whip it out like that. Remove your arm. Big finish. Come round the front. Shake hands. You're in one piece. Good night, everybody.
Huh? Guys, do you feel sort of mystical? Do you sort of feel a little bit magical? Do you think tonight we've sort of conveyed this magic sort of spooky sort of thing? Yeah? We got... Yeah. It's a funny thing, haunted houses, you know, like kids, you know, all those scary movies and stuff. I don't really like watching them, but I don't mind saying that haunted houses as such, it doesn't really frighten me. You know, I'm fairly macho. Things like that just... Clancy, why sneak up on a person when he's talking about spooky things?
Oh, sorry.
As you can see, I'm totally cool and calm about the whole thing. A very scary little bloke, this. You see that? The transformation, it's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Clancy, isn't it? That's right. Well, you're making me really uneasy, Clancy. Can you just knock it off? I'm getting really scared here. Now, I've got to tell you something. Juanita still thinks that... Oh, no!
Only joking.
Only joking, thank goodness. Savaged by a wild Clancy.
Killer koala.
Now, Clancy... Killer koala. Clancy, Juanita sort of still thinks that the boogeyman is out there to get her. But, you know...
He is, I saw him.
You've seen him?
Yeah.
Well, Joey told her that he wasn't, you know, but she's still really worried about the house. She doesn't sort of feel good about the old house. She says it makes her crazy in the night.
I'm crazy. You're crazy. We're all crazy.
Joey, I'm telling you, the place is haunted. No, it's not.
Sometimes I really think I'm going crazy in the night. Hide behind the covers and I won't turn out the light. I know nothing's gonna get to me, but then again they might. What can I do to keep from going crazy in the night? Maybe
Joey, where's Juanita? She was just here. She was grooving and moving and stuff, and she's gone. I mean, this is all getting a bit... This is a bit... I think, guys, I'm going to have to sit down. This has all been far too frightening and scary for me. Oh, here they all are. Come and join me, fellow spooks. Oh! Oh, no, nearly fell down on me. Good fun. Will you guys enlighten me as to how you disappear and reappear later after the show? Let me know how you do that. Crazy stuff. Oh, there's that crazy part. Okay. A few people to thank for tonight. Ian Buckland, thanks for coming in. Our magic mystery sort of stuff that was happening. Johnny Newich, he was our young friend who came and rock and rolled for us. And of course, the good Dr. Ian for coming in. Big round of applause for that. Oh, I just got a phone call from John. John just phoned me in the last break, and he said he's feeling better, but he's sort of getting the feeling that, well, he's not wanted here, you know, that I'm taking over. So, look, Joyce, we want him back, don't we? Can we have a big get well John on the count of 3? What do you reckon? Yep. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Get well John! Real soon. All right. Okay. And another quick little thing that I will mention, that next week's show, we're going to drive along the freeway of love. It's going to be fantastic, so make sure you're watching for that. And I've got a really important announcement to make here, guys, and I think you'll all join me on this. A friend of ours is leaving tonight, Gil Oberhofer, our favourite fantastic cameraman. Look at that face! Look at that face! Only a mother can love it. No, I'm just kidding. Thanks, Gil. So, hello. What was that, Clancy?
Oh, I just said good on you, Gil.
Good on you, yeah. A big good on you for Gil. So it's thanks for having me. I'll see you next time, maybe, on Young Talent.
In Sydney and in Melbourne, Johnny Young and the cast choose to stay at the Southern Cross Hotel. Our weekly Young Achiever shares in the McDonald's Scholarship Fund. Young Talent Time is a television house production for Network 10 Australia. Gavin Wood speaking.
Australia, you ready?
Good night, Australia!
Tonight, Young Talent Time was brought to you by McDonald's Family Restaurants.